welcome back to Comic Beyond. So we're finally getting around to it. We're covering Batman vs. Predator. So this is one of my all-time favorite crossovers. I was trying to hold off on doing this one until I got through some of the other crossovers I was planning on doing, just because I was saving the best for last. But yeah, so I'm gonna hop right into it. This is one of my favorites. It's Batman pitted against the Predator. Visually, the book looks fantastic. It's awesomely drawn by Adam Kubert. And so in the story, of course, obviously the Predator comes to Gotham. He starts taking out these mob bosses and gangsters and stuff like that. He sets up his little hunting base and a junkyard. He kills the junkyard owner. And of course, all this gets on the radar of Batman and Commissioner Gordon, so they can start investigating these murders and this and that. And then Batman discovers, the assailant. He's not what he seems. I ain't never seen anything like this before. And then he gets in a fight with him, and a little tussle, and then he discovers he's actually fighting an alien. He's fighting a predator. And so he's never fought anything like this, and he's bigger, stronger than Batman. And so they get in this fight at the junkyard, and the Predator wipes the floor with Batman. I hate to say that, but it's almost as bad as the fight between Batman and Bane in Batman Nightfall, if you ever read that story, when Batman gets his back broken. And to get away from the Predator, Batman has to call the Batmobile and hit the Predator and escape that way. He makes it back to the Batcave, and of course he's all broken and bruised. And he's stripping off his suit, and Alfred's having to, do emergency treatment on him and stuff like that. And so while Batman's laid up, the Predator, of course, goes on his hunting spree, taking out more mob assailants and stuff like that. And so it's left up to Gordon and GCPD for a long while to try to figure out what's going on and what this killer is. And Alfred knows what's going on, but he's not telling Bruce because he wants Bruce to heal. He wants him to rest. And so, finally, Bruce or Batman, he says, wherever you hide the TV remote, Alfred took the remote from him so he couldn't watch the news and see how bad things have gotten since he's been laid up. And so, in true Batman fashion, Batman's just a man, and so that's the appealing thing about Batman. He takes a whooping and he keeps on going. And this, it's his city, it's under attack, so of course, instead of resting like a normal person, he gets up and gets back into the fight. But he decks himself out in this really cool, rad, of course, 90s looking style bat armor. And he lowers the Predator out by flipping on the bat signal. And so they fight. This fight expands across the city. And Batman leads him back to Wayne Manor, of course, where the Batcave is. That way he has more of a high ground, I guess. More of a chance to fight him, because he has, of course, all his gadgets and traps and stuff at his disposal at Wayne Manor. And so they get to the cave, of course. Batman knocks him down the same pit that he falls down as a child when he discovers the Batcave. And so, of course, a fight ensues. It's another one of those things, Batman's still hurt, and he's still trying to put up a good fight, but the Predator, even with the armor, he's kind of kicking Batman's butt. And so the Predator's on top of him, and he pulls out his claws that come out of his gauntlet, and he's going for the kill, man. And who comes in to save the day is Alfred with a elephant rifle. One of the old Tommy ones where they had to pack in the gunpowder. So he gets one good shot in at the Predator before the Predator starts charging at him. And of course he picks Alfred up, and the Predator moral code is if they're not worthy of a hunt or a fight or whatever, they don't really mess with you. And he sees that in Alfred. Alfred's older and weaker and stuff like that, so the Predator don't see him as a threat. And so the Predator just kind of tosses him to the side. So the fighting, keeps going. Batman leads the Predator outside. Oh, no. he ends up tranquilizing him while he's in the cave, and he's just pumping him full of these tranquilizers, trying to knock him out. And one of the funny moments is the Predator actually escapes into Wayne Manor, into Bruce's dad's old, like, I guess, trophy room. And there's all these animal heads hanging on the wall, so the Predator's flipping out because the tranquilizers are finally taking full effect on him. And so he busts out the window or whatever. He's like trying to escape Wayne Manor. So Batman chases after him. The Predator finally kind of collapses from the tranks. And just in the right time, a Predator ship shows up. And so the Predator's thinking to himself, you're screwed. My friends here, they're going to wipe the floor with you, this and that. So almost like in Predator 2 with Danny Glover, when he's on the Predator ship and the other Predators come out. It's kind of like that. One of the big, leader of Predators come out, and he's got his cape, and he has a, sword and stuff like that. And so to the one Predator that's been causing all the chaos, to his surprise, the one head Predator gives him his sword, giving him an honorable death because he's been beaten. And so he takes the sword after the guy kind of kills himself and cleans it off and hands it to Batman. And of course, there's that scene at the end after they've left, and Alfred says, what was that? What was that all about? And Batman says, I think I understand now. He's like, I think they know not to mess with Gotham because I'm the protector. I'm the Dark Knight. And so, that being said, it kind of wraps itself up. They take the Predator that was fighting Batman off, and they leave Batman with his trophy, and so the Predators kind of tell the other Predators, don't mess with Gotham City. Gotham City's off limits. He's, he can beat you. So I didn't explain it all in the best way, like really good detail as much as it deserves. But it is an awesome book. It's a good Batman story. It's self-contained. Like, you didn't have to read any other Batman history or anything like that to enjoy it. Again, the artwork's fantastic. The book itself's good. It's only 3 issues, I believe. It comes in a prestige format and a regular floppy format. But I would highly check it out if you can find it. I don't think it's collected, even though they should put it in a trade collecting all 3 of them. But I would check it out if you can. Of course, you can find it on eBay. I'm sure it's on Comixology. But check it out, man. See what you think. It's one of the best, to me, company crossovers, especially with all the DC Dark Horse stuff they were pumping out in the 90s. This was early too. I think it came out in 89 or 1990. It predates Predator 2. But the cool thing about it is there's some stuff that's in this book that wound up in Predator 2, like some of the weapons that the Predator uses and stuff. So I don't know if they had seen scripts or got any intel when they were working on this or what, or maybe even the Predator 2 movie ripped this book off. But I would love to see this as an animated movie or something like that, kind of like what they did with the Batman versus the Turtles. But it's good material. I think it would work as one of the DC animated movies. But that being said, that's the wrap up for this episode. Highly check it out. It's Batman versus Predator. Awesome read. We probably will cover the second book. But before we wrap it up, I just want to give an update on the channel. So I'm not posting as much as I was posting, because I was posting quite a bit, almost every day. And I liked doing that, but the channel kind of got away from me because, life happens. And so working third shift with my job, and then I got sick there for a little bit, for a couple weeks. I wasn't posting anything. I wasn't even reading anything. But I think I'm going to bring the channel back to basics and just cover, really fun crossovers and outlandish stories and stuff like that. And probably just, focus maybe on just one episode every couple weeks probably, just because, like I said, between work and everything else, it's been hard to keep up with the channel, unfortunately, and I want to do the channel. It helps me keep up with my reading and going back and reading stuff, which I enjoy. And then I enjoy talking about this stuff because they're fun. It's stuff I like, and it's stuff I hope everybody else enjoys too, especially if you watch the videos. But I just wanted to give a update. I didn't, because I didn't want anybody to think there was no more videos coming to the channel since I hadn't posted for a while, for at least a couple weeks. But I'm going to keep posting. It's probably going to be a little bit more comic-centric, because I was going to try to do, news-type videos and movie reviews and the whole 9 yards, but I'm probably going to have to just tone it back and just maybe just focus on the comics for a while, because there's a lot of comics and crossovers and stuff I want to talk about. So, that being said, that's this episode. I hope you enjoy. I hope you couldn't hear the cats in the background. And until next time, I'll talk to you later. And don't forget to like and subscribe.